So, are you a Concord resident?
Yes.
How long have you been living here?
I grew up in Concord and then had moved away for college and then have been back for about 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in Concord?
I enjoyed it. I went to all the local public schools here, including Runlet and Concord
Oh,
High.
that's awesome.
And yeah, I mean, I liked it. I did a lot of sports. That was kind of like my main group of friends. It was different sports throughout the different seasons. I grew up just about right near the high school, just a few blocks away from the high school.
Were you born here?
Yes,
In what year?
1992.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Where is your mom's family from?
My mom's family is from Massachusetts, and my grandparents still live in Concord, Mass. Actually.
Do you know, like, where your ancestors are from?
Yeah,
on your
my
mom's side?
mom's side of the family is from England,
Oh.
and they came over a long time ago.
Yeah.
Around Mayflower-ish times,
Oh, wow.
a little after, I think.
Yeah. Where's your dad's family?
Dad's family is Irish, but they'd also, I think, we've been here for a number of generations. And my dad himself grew up in mostly upstate New York, and lived in South Carolina for a little while, but mostly in New York.
Have you ever been to, like, England or Ireland?
I've been to England on a trip with my family probably like 7 or 8 years ago.
What was the experience like?
It was a vacation, so it was not.
Okay.
It wasn't really about kind of like reconnecting with my family roots as much or anything like that. So it was very much a touristy kind of vacation.
Yeah, I'm going there this summer. I'm so
yeah?
excited. Yeah.
Cool. It's a really cool place.
What is your ethnicity?
White Caucasian.
What brought your family here to Concord?
Jobs. My parents moved to Henniker before I was born, and they both worked in Concord. And
What
then
made you come back after college?
I did not want to come back, to be honest. I grew up seeing all of my friends leave. I grew up with most of my high school friends, many of my colleagues leaving the state. Concord I viewed as a place for kind of like middle-aged people and families, and so I really wanted to leave. So I left to go to school out in Ohio, and I really moved back. I bounced back in between, school year stuff, but I really moved back here permanently because I just ran out of money, and the seasonal work I was doing ended. And then I found a cohort of friends in state, and then have started to put down more roots and become more involved.
Oh, that's awesome. How is living in Concord different than you expected?
There's more young people than I thought. There's more people who really care about engaging in the community in ways that I didn't see when I was growing up here, just as a student, and kind of living more of just going to classes, doing sports, I wasn't as involved in my community, and so it's been really empowering to see both people, like I'm 26, so both people my age and about my age, and then also people in high school or younger that really want to make Concord a better place for both themselves and frankly people that don't look like me, and getting to see a lot of the work being done to welcome communities like the New American Africans and other organizations like that. That gives me hope. It makes me want to live here more.
Yeah, that's awesome. What surprises you about Concord?
What surprises me? I guess a similar answer. Having grown up here, I don't know if everyone feels this about where they grew up, but it didn't feel like a choice to live here.
Yeah.
It's like you're born here and you have to be here, and so I kind of felt some resentment around New Hampshire in general and Concord, and wanting to like go elsewhere, whatever that means. And so I guess what surprises me about Concord is meeting people who are both from Concord that then either came back like myself and actually want to invest in the community, because that's not something I thought existed, and then also people who are not from Concord, whether just from a different state or a different country, that have a similar level of like drive to make this a better place.
Are you a parent?
I'm not. No.
Okay. What does the word family mean to you?
The word family. For me, I think family means, I grew up with a lot of cousins in Concord, so I do have a big family in that sense of the term, so aunts, uncles, cousins.
Do you think it has to be blood?
No, I don't. And so I've been dating my girlfriend for almost 2 years, and I've definitely gotten to know her family a lot more. I would consider myself, we're not married or anything, but I would consider myself like kind of extending that family. And then also, I really do identify a lot with like a couple of my really close friends who are about my age, who really are kind of working on the values and things that I care about, and I would consider them family. So
That's awesome. What is your definition of happiness?
I think happiness is getting to work on the things that you know will make a place better to live in. And the reason I say that is because everyone that has a slightly different definition, but they can all be true. So my definition might include something about wanting access to more stuff to do with young people, but someone else's might be more opportunities for women in politics in the area. And so I think that
Really depends.
but really being able to like either volunteer or work or like spend your time doing things that empower you and empower others.
What is your greatest fear?
I think my greatest fear is letting things happen around me that I know are wrong but that don't impact me, and not doing enough to stand up, speak out. I'm a middle-aged white guy in New Hampshire, and so there's not a lot of policies or kind of like cultural trends that in general target me or make me feel discriminated against. And so I think it is easy for me to walk through the world as if there aren't as many things to work on as there are. So I think my greatest fear is waking up in a year or 10 years and realizing that I was not doing enough and or was complicit in things that were harming other people.
I like that. What is your greatest hope?
I think my greatest hope is that I can continue to identify ways to lift up other people, because I think oftentimes, again, on my mind a lot recently is my age and gender and ethnicity about where I work in politics, and so that comes up a lot. And so I think my greatest hope is it's a tough one.
If you don't have anything, I can just...
No, I think my greatest hope is that I can continue to find ways and find people that will challenge me to use my privilege or use my energy and interest to empower others, and do it in a way that's not, patronizing or, and build community out of that. I really like building community and
That's awesome. So that was it for questions.